Welcome to the Richmond Events Podcast, where we take you inside the UK's most exclusive business forums. You'll get to meet the delegates, suppliers and speakers shaping their industries. Richmond Events. This is where business gets done.
Hello and welcome to the Market Insight Forum here at Richmond Events. I'm joined by Sabrina. Sabrina, welcome.
Hi.
So tell us, you're here as a delegate today. Tell us what your involvement is in the day and what's brought you along.
Yeah, so I've been coming to this forum for about 5 years now. I head up the Insight team at WHSmith, so I think it's really, this type of event is really important for us to make sure we stay up to date with what's happening in the Insight world, connect with other peers, and hear from the state-of-the-art agencies.
So you're with WHSmith.
Yes.
How does Market Insight work within the business? What is your role?
Yeah, my role. So WHSmith now is a full global travel retailer, as we have let go of the high street business.
Yes.
And my role at WHSmith has always been on the travel side, which is really the sort of engine of the company. We do a mix of everything. So between different teams internally, with business intelligence and insights, we gather all sorts of data and then link it up with our market research and some footfall analytics programs we have started to do as well, running and experimenting on how we can track customers through our stores. And I think the idea obviously is to help inform the strategy and react to some of the market changes and customer behaviors that we see in the moment.
So how do you come up with those ideas to specifically go down that route of your market research and the insights that you're looking at? What is it that sways your judgment to go for that?
I think it's push and pull, I would say. So part of this is my role to make sure I inform the business, and I come up with some of the key things I think should be on their radar, and I guess that goes through trends analysis, being up to date, analyzing some of the industry data that we get through airports, rail stations and hospitals, which are our key channels. And then some of it that I think also comes from tactical requests or even strategic requests we get from the business. So as being a travel retailer, our role is very specific. We have to serve customers in that moment, in transit. It's a really captive audience. So it's not always about having, everything for every category. It's really having that bespoke, curated selection of products that will answer their needs in the moment. So I think a lot of the research we do is making sure that we are fit for purpose and we serve the customers really well in that target moment and location.
Now, we had an incredible keynote opener this morning, Julia Shaw, who spoke about different ways in which market research is done through, groups coming together and things like that. How has that talk that you've heard swayed your decisions on future insights and way you capture that research?
Yeah, it's definitely been super interesting, and obviously AI is part of what we are looking at the moment. I think AI is definitely revolutionizing the world of insight, and we have to jump on that wave now. So, I heard a lot, and I think it has made me rethink some of the things we're doing, especially around focus groups and the impact of, your sort of memories and your brain on how you can answer to questions. But AI will definitely help us getting better at prompting. But if we don't jump on that wagon now, we will miss it. So even if some of the new techniques and AI tools are not there yet, we have to start experimenting so that we can get on that wave now, I would say.
I love that. And are you finding there's challenges with using AI, or are you fully embracing and being like, we're learning it all, we'll figure it out as we go?
I think there are definitely challenges, because I guess it's a big structural change in the way the insight function needs to use these tools, and it comes with an evolution as well in how we're asked to provide insights to the company. Companies are always want faster insights, more insights, but the resources are getting thinner and thinner in today's world. So I presume we have to adapt to a new structural ways of working using AI, but also making sure that we are, that we can keep the reins in terms of accuracy and feeding the insights into the company. I think some of the challenges I see with AI tool is that people can self-serve a lot and bypassing the insight function. So that's something we're trying to, navigate. But at the same time, AI brings so many other opportunities in terms of scaling, how much research we can do, making it a lot more faster. to run the insights, and therefore where sometimes insights could have been bypassed, actually now we have the ability to say, hang on, give me a few hours, a few days, and we'll get you something. So I think that resonates really well with the leadership team to think we can be really reactive and part of the decision making in the company.
Incredible. So what do you see the benefits of attending events like the Market Insight Forum? What do you take away from the day?
I think it's a really good time to pause. We are all so busy, and attending this really forces you to step back and think, okay, how do I want my day to be scheduled? Because the meetings are scheduled beforehand, we have a chance to review and choose who we want to speak to. So in a way, it gives you a good opportunity to review what's available, the agencies available on the market, and really think about what your projects are and who could be a good match. I think this is incredibly enriching, and I guess I love coming here because it's also a good mix of industry sessions and talks and presentations, sometimes from other insight teams, sometimes from suppliers. So it just takes me away from my day to day and just give me that one day a year where I can really think, and nobody is around. It's just for us to nurture our thinking, stay up to date, and discover things we might not have thought about. Because I guess when you research agency or when you're thinking about your project list, you come at it with a very specific angle, whereas for the Market Insight Forum we have to prepare and just see everyone available, and it prompts you to think a bit outside the box, I would say. And
I love that. So with that being said, how do you use your day when you've got workshops, you've got suppliers you're meeting? How do you maximise the potential of your day?
I make sure I really carefully select the agencies I want to talk to. And again, I think it's all in the prep work. So, we have to complete beforehand some project brief we can send, and that really helps me think, okay, what do I really want to get out of today? Which are the sort of like type of suppliers or companies I want to talk to? And then same in the industry session. So I think in the prioritization of what we want to attend on the day, I'm really careful. Like I spend a lot of time preparing now that I've been here for a few times to really maximize the day. And then sometimes it happens that I've met suppliers in the past, but we didn't have enough time to chat, so I reconnect and make sure that these people are here on the day. So beyond the agenda, when we have some free time, it's also good to just grab a coffee or talk to someone that I've met in my network before.
Sounds fantastic. Let's end on with something exciting. What is an exciting thing you see coming into the future and moving forward throughout the next year and two?
I guess something that is already happening but keeps developing is around AI again. So the ability to rebuild some of your personas into an AI platform and then leveraging it to prompt again and again. That and the sort of digital twin research for me are incredibly exciting developments. And I can see some of the tools and platforms are not there yet. But again, as I mentioned, I feel like we're all on that journey, and we have to be part of that journey early on to learn and develop and co-create together. So I'm really keen, and again, it's a challenge because you have to keep your company on board with it and say, not everyone will be there yet, but we have to jump on that to maximize cost, efficiency, timings, but still get as much research and insights as we can. So that would be my highlight.
Fantastic. Sabrina, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you.